Welcome back to part 8 of my Paramount Home Entertainment VHS collection update 2023 edition. When we last left off in part 7, I stopped at the 1990 VHS of Another 48 Hours. Let's continue on. Our next VHS is the 1991 VHS of El Dorado with John Wayne and Robert Mitchum, also starring James Caan, Charlene Holt, Paul Fix, Arthur Hunchcutt, Michelle Carey, directed by Howard Harkins, and the film is from 1967. Not rated and is 126 minutes. Here's a tape with the sticker label. It's recorded on a Maxell tape. Here's the end label. Printing, so we all know what this will have at the end. The 11th week of 1991. And this tape still uses the 1985 tape master at the beginning. Up next, the 1991 VHS of Witness with Harrison Ford, also starring Kelly McGinnis, Alexander Gutinoff, Danny Glover, and Lucas Haas, directed by Peter Weir, and the film is from 1985. I do have the 1985 VHS, which I show off in part 2 of my Paramount Home Entertainment VHS collection update. Here's the sticker labels in 1998 reprint. The 35th week of 1998. This has an updated previews at the beginning. It shows the updated preview of Paramount. I believe the Paramount Millennium Collection's also in there as well. Oops. Up next, the 1991 VHS of Claw to Glory. This is the feature-length television movie with Craig T. Nelson. And this also has Cindy Pickett, Keenan Wayne, directed by Thomas Carter, and the specials from the movies from 1984. And I know they made a series on ABC. And this also has Elizabeth Shue is in there. Not rated and it's 96 minutes. Some music has been changed for the home video version of this title. Here's the sticker labels at Paramount Viacom and it's 1999 copyright. Tape number is 27. Printed in the 38th week of 1999. Not sure what this tape opens up. I'll find out. We'll check it out and I'll put it in the pinned comment section down there. Up next, also a 1991 VHS of Crocodile Dundee with Paul Hogan. Also starring Linda Kozlowski, Mark Bloom, David Gulpin, Michael Lombard, and John Mellon, directed by Peter Feynman, and the film is from 1986. And this movie is co-produced by 20th Century Fox because it has the international rights, while Paramount handles the North America distribution. Rated PG-13 and it's 98 minutes. I do have the sequel, which I did show off in my Gulf Western tape era. Here's the sticker labels in 1997 reprint. Blockbuster end label. The 50th week of 1997. Oops. Up next, the 1991 VHS of Sorry, Wrong Number, with Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster, also starring Ann Richards, Wendell Corey, Harold Vermilia, directed by Anatole Litvak, and the film is from 1948. Not rated in its 89 minutes. Here's the sticker labels, a 2003 reprint. Tape number is 34. The 8th week of 2003. Up next, also a 1990 VHS of Romeo and Juliet with Olivia Hussey, Leonard Wilton, also starring Milo O'Shea, Michael York, and John McInerney. Pat Haywood and Natasha Perry and Robert Stevenson, directed by Franco Zeffirelli, and the film is from 1968. Fun fact, after this movie release, 2 stars from the movie sued Paramount Picture for the inappropriate scene, rated PG, and it's 138 minutes. This is still in sealed, which I'm going to keep it that way. Up next, the 1991 VHS of The Godfather Part III with Al Pacino. This is the final director's cut with additional footage. Also starring Diane Keaton, Talia Shire, Andy Garcia, Eli Wallach, Joe Mantegna, Bridget Fonda, George Hamilton, and Sofia Coppola, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and the film is from 1990. Rated R, and it's 170 minutes. Special extended home video version expanded by director Francis Ford Coppola to include 9 minutes of additional footage never seen theatrically. And to this date, the original theatrical cut was never released on home video until it came out on the Godfather 50th anniversary on 4K. Here's tape 1, sticker label and label. Tape 2, same thing, this time in a gold tape with black sticker label. Here's the end label. Both tapes is printed on October 14th, 1991. And both tapes is printed in the 42nd week of 1991. So we all know what this will have at the end, since this copy has a print date. And nope, this does not have the Paramount Previously Viewed commercial at the beginning, because that copy is version 2. I do have the version 1 with the gold lettering text on there as well. Up next, also a 1991 VHS of Flashdance with Jennifer Beals, also starring Michael Nourier, Belinda Bauer, Lila Scaglia, and it's directed by Adrian Lyne. The film is from 1983. I did have the 1989 VHS where I show off in part 5 or part 6 of my Paramount Home Entertainment VHS collection update. Here's the sticker label and label. The print date is December 12th, 1989. And it's printed in the 50th week of 1989. And this is a recycled tape because this does not have anything at the end. And this also a recycled tape from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Next, the 1991 VHS of Misty with David Ladd, Pam Smith, Arthur O'Connell, also starring Ann Seymour and Duke Farley, directed by James B. Clark, and the film was from 1961. And this film is in the public domain now. Not rated, and it's 91 minutes. It's co-produced by 20th Century Fox. For some reason, it has a 1989 copyright by the Rainbow Group Incorporated. Here's the sticker labels. 1997 reprint. Tape number is 54. The 33rd week of 1997. Next, also a 1991 VHS of Star Trek The Motion Picture, widescreen edition, with William Shatner, the late Leonard Nimoy, also starring DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, George Takei, Majel Barrett, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, presenting Persis Kebata, and starring Stephen Collins as Decker, directed by Robert Wise, and the film is from 1979. This is the widescreen edition and the original theatrical version. I do have the 1983 tape, which I'm going to show that, and the 1989 tape, which I already showed that in the earlier video. Rated G, and it's 132 minutes. The theatrical cut on the current DVD and Blu-ray in 4K is not rated. Here's the sticker label and label. 29th week of 1991. There's the Money Sound Only barcode. And it came with this. Up next, also a 1991 VHS of Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeForest Kelley once again. Also starring James Doohan, Walter Koenig, George Takei, Nichelle Nichols. Also starring B.B. Beach, Mary Budrick, Paul Winfield, introducing Kirstie Alley, and Ricardo Montalban, directed by Nicholas Meyer, and the film is from 1982. This movie is also in widescreen. I also have the 1980. Sorry about that. I also had the 1982 and the 1989 VHS. Rated PG, and it's 113 minutes. Here's the sticker label and label. Once again, it's printed in the 29th week of 1991. There's the Money Sound Only barcode once again. Sorry about that. I was scratching my hair. Anyway, let me put my glasses down. Next, here's the 1991 VHS of Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. This is also in widescreen with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeForest Kelley. Also starring James Doohan, George Takei, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, Mary Budrick, and Christopher Lloyd, directed by Leonard Nimoy, and the film is from 1984. Rated PG, and it's 105 minutes. Here's the sticker label and label. 30th week of 1991. There's the Money Sound Only barcode. Next, the 1991 VHS of Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. This is also in widescreen with William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, also starring DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, George Takei, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and Catherine Hicks. Directed by Leonard Nimoy, and the film is from 1986. I also had the Paramount Director Series of Star Trek IV, which I'm going to show that in the next video. Rated PG, and it's 119 minutes. Here's the sticker label and label. The 32nd week of 1991, and it's the Moni Sound barcode only as well. Next, the 1991 VHS of Star Trek V: The Final Frontier. This is also in widescreen edition with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. Also starring DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and George Takei. It also has David Warner and Lawrence Luckinbill, directed by William Shatner, and the film is from 1989. I also had the original 1989 VHS release as well. And I also have the pen and scan counterpart of the 5 Star Trek movie set. Rated PG, and it's 107 minutes. And this movie is a box office failure. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. The 32nd week of 1991. And this got the clicking white screen of death with clicking tones on there. And it also came with this. Next, the 1991 VHS of Star Trek The Next Generation, A Counter at Farpoint. This is the feature-length pilot movie starring Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, also starring LeVar Burton, Denise Crosby, Michael Dorn, Gates McFadden, Maria Sirtis, Brent Spiner, and Will Wheaton. Special appearances by John Delancey and Michael Bell, directed by Corey Allen, and this is from 1987. This is a feature-length pilot movie. Not rated, and it's 96 minutes. Air date the week of September 28th, 1987, started 41153.7. Here's a tape with the sticker label and label. The print date is September 11th, 1991, and it's printed in the 40th week of 1991. So we all know what this will have at the end, since this copy has a print date. And this tape is printed 10 years before 9/11. And I'm going to show you one more tape before we go to part 10. Actually, it's part 9, yes. The 1991 VHS of The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, with Leslie Nielsen, also starring Priscilla Presley, George Kennedy, O.J. Simpson, and Robert Goulet, directed by David Zucker, and the film is from 1991. Frank Drabin is back, just accepted. Rated PG-13, and it's 85 minutes. And high Nielsen rating on everybody's chortolometer. Said hysterical, says Mike Clark of USA Today. Chortolometer, there we go. A laugh, giggle, and a howl of a comedy, says Gene Shaler Today Show. Yeah. That's funny. Some music has been changed for this home video version. Here's the sticker label and label. Printed in the 40th week of 1991. Money sound only barcode. Saying former rental from Valley Wine Shop Video Center. Alright, that's it for part 8. Stay tuned for part 9.